the first commercial radio station, and the first community television station. The movie and broadcasting industries largely moved west and east long ago, yet there are signs history is repeating itself with the birth of the new digital entertainment companies right here in our region, many of them springing out of the Entertainment Technology Center at Carnegie Mellon University. Now the Pittsburgh Technology Council, the Pittsburgh Film Office, the Idea Foundry, and the ETC have teamed up to launch a new economic development initiative aimed at creating an entertainment industry cluster in our region and making it possible for all the bright, creative minds we're educating here to stay here and do their thing. One good example is in Evil Genius. Actually, the company's called Evil Genius. Evil Genius Designs. Tracy Brown is the founder and CEO. Welcome. Good to have you here.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, you're the case study, right? One of those bright young minds that we probably were in danger of losing if we didn't have some opportunities around here in entertainment technology.
Yeah, back in the day. That's true.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit, first off, what Evil Genius does exactly?
So Evil Genius builds games that people play using their cell phones as the game controller. So if you think about, if you have kids at home and they're using an Xbox with 4 controllers, in our case what we did is say, forget having to have a unique controller tied to a game console. What if we just made anything you're carrying on you a game controller that can play a game? And then we target those games for brands. So we tend to go after areas where people end up waiting in line for hours.
Waiting in line, really? How so?
So imagine if you're at an amusement park and you're waiting for 2 to 3 hours. I don't know about you, but when we were kids, part of the excitement of waiting in line was talking with your family and getting, excited about whatever you were waiting in line for. Well, what's happened now with cell phones is everybody's kind of having a one-to-one relationship as they stand in line and they stare at their little mobile device.
Okay, they got their game machine or their cell phone or whatever. They're not interacting anymore with the folks they're in line with.
They disconnect from the line. They disconnect from the family. And part of our research led us to think, well, what happens if we create an interactive experience leveraging the screens that are popping up in lines now? Okay. So we just put gaming content on the screens, and then we kind of magically turn your cell phone or your Nintendo DSi or your iPad into a game controller. And while you're waiting in line, you actually play games against everyone you're waiting with. So that's one implementation of our platform.
And what the product's called?
The product's called Get in Line Games.
Literally called Get in Line Games. Cool. Came out of your experience at the Entertainment Technology Center?
Yes, it did. We did about a year's worth of R&D as a student project, and upon graduating, several of us spun out into the company, Evil Genius. And so we've been targeting different areas of business. So we've done installations for conferences where people wait, like 7,000 people will wait in line in a queue room for 2 hours. We've done actually a Blu-ray home entertainment offering for a popular movie that's out right now. Okay.
I love the way you have to talk about stuff.
Well, we have to be evil about everything. So, and we actually have a pilot in a movie theater that we're testing. So imagine sitting in the movie theater during previews, and instead of just staring at a word scramble, whipping out your personal cell phone and engaging. And for engaging with that game, you earn points or coupons that can be redeemed, either at the movie theater or at a local establishment.
So nearby. That's how the company, your clients, then use it to build relationships, encourage repeat business, just make a more pleasant experience in general, right?
Exactly. So it's all about social engagement. And then we harness the psychological powerfulness of video game play to make it compelling so that you want to engage and want to achieve. And that's really what kind of drives not just the revenue structure, but also brand recognition for, the brand that's sponsoring the game you're playing, let's say.
Really cool. I mean, the ETC's only been around for 10 years. A number of companies have sort of sprung up. I remember in the beginning, they just snatched up all the talent and they went to the coasts and worked for a lot of these big companies. But it has seemed in the last few years, there really are some startups springing up around the region, some of them getting real traction in this space.
Yes. I mean, part of what the ETC does, its model is very unique, I think, for graduate programs in that, there is certainly course curriculum that's necessary for a school like Carnegie Mellon, but a lot of the project work that you actually do that's part of your curriculum is about building and experimenting with different ways to leverage different types of entertainment technology. And so for the students that want to be, video game designers, they have that option. But for the students who, maybe mysteriously discover that they're onto a unique product, this region is a really great region to birth a company. There's a talent pool, obviously, with CMU. Certainly with the ETC, we love to keep some of the students around because they are talented, and then we grow the region from a talent pool and a job perspective pool, and then obviously a business.
So you're a Pittsburgh native, kind of fell into this entertainment technology space, but clearly you feel the region has real potential here.
Yes, I was an executive at one of the larger companies at American Eagle Outfitters, and decided that if I could do it all over again, I would go back and build video games. And that's literally what I did. I grew up in the West End, and I was conflicted because when you kind of ascend your career, you get to a point where there's only so many places you can go, because our region, while we have very notable big companies, we don't have all of them, based on, currently our demographic and our population. So I wanted to stay, and I didn't want to leave. And I thought, maybe optimistically a while ago, that a great way to do that would be to create a startup company here in the region and take advantage of some of the talent pool.
Well, it's really cool. Of course, that's how Pittsburgh got its start in the first place, right? All of the entrepreneurs had names like Westinghouse and Heinz and others, but hopefully it'll work out that way for you too. The company's called Evil Genius. Look for its products in a waiting line near you. Tracy Brown, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, and we'll be back in a minute with more of Our Region's Business. Stay with us.